Lights, camera, action.
In a studio where local filmmakers talk to other filmmakers about the inside world of film.
Cut.
That's not the script. It. We'll fix it in post. Do you wonder how films are produced and what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, stand by. Filmmakers Kevin Mumphrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, and Carson Hype Ferguson explain all the details. Right here on It, We Will Fix It in Post podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever you're listening, I thank you for doing so. I am Kevin Mumphrey once again, and this is We'll Fix It in Post. I have my friends with me, Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
And Carson Hype Ferguson. Sure. Today, we're going to dive into the world of television, and we're going to do that with our special guest today, Leyla Scott. How are you doing today?
Hey, what's up? I'm good. Yeah, I'm really good. How are y'all?
We're just hanging and banging.
You know, living. Wait,
banging.
That's
banging.
right.
Please excuse that. I am
banging.
not. I don't throw up no sets.
you know, Kevin is from Memphis. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take that how you want it. You know what I'm saying?
I love Memphis.
I'm glad someone said that. So, where did your journey in television begin?
With V.A. Jones at
Of course.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
At then called the Electronic Media Production Department. I think it's since changed.
Has it?
Oh boy, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Hey, you know,
studied the same thing.
Kevin and myself, side note, went to MT. What was that, like a year or two ago?
Yeah, about last year.
And we just went to say hi to everybody who was still in mass comm as far as the teachers. Let me tell you, the equipment.
They used our money well.
They used our money well. The equipment, the studio is way more than you'll ever think. All that little that we used. Now they have. I was real tempted to be like, hey, you know, can I borrow some of this stuff? I'll bring it back. But
right.
I'm surprised you didn't.
They had podcast pods that they could use. They had the studio was just
1,000 boom mics.
1,000 boom mics, cameras, DSLRs that were thousands of dollars.
You know that one good camera we had?
Yep.
That they only used to their that's all the cameras now.
Wow.
That's all of them.
I remember you used to like find the rich white person in class who had the good camera to be like, listen, I got this idea. Like
yeah. Everyone's the rich white person now. Everyone.
Said thank you for the money.
Right.
Right.
I still gotta pay back. Thank you for that money.
Yeah. Glad for the debt. Exactly. Listen. This is recorded. Never mind, because I got some words for the
Yeah. No, please.
Hey, we'll
expand.
You know what I'm saying?
They ain't getting a dime out of me.
Hey, listen.
Oh wait, y'all get those phone calls?
I don't
those alumni
that.
phone calls?
I don't know that person. Okay.
Right.
I was so close to changing my whole name.
Who are y'all talking about? Who?
I'm Brother Abdullah.
No, they hollering at y'all like y'all got that contract.
No, see, they be getting me on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Oh, they dead ass be messaging me. One of the professors had gave me your name. I'm like, wait, who is throwing my name up in here?
Right. I get the occasional email. I don't know what I'm subscribed to or how they found me.
Right.
I get that email too.
Or the magazines and stuff like that being sent to my address. I'm like, I didn't subscribe to the mass comm whatever for y'all to send me this magazine over here.
Right. Thankfully.
Was that before or after the visit?
It was before the visit.
Oh, okay. Because I'm finna say that would be funny.
They caught you.
You know, hey, but I'd be like, I would look at that like, you know, me outside looking in. Obviously, I'd be like, wait,
no,
we get the money for this magazine.
I will burn it right in front of them.
No, because I'm like, the magazine costs some money. I'm like, why are you spending money on this magazine? How come I ain't have no good camera when I was in school?
Right.
They got them there.
Yeah. Actually, since we're speaking of MTSU, and I get a lot of MTSU people in my LinkedIn asking me questions and stuff. So if somebody who's in college wanting to work in production, let's say they're not a freshman, let's say they're like a sophomore, what would you suggest that child or student do between, they're all children to me, like 21 does not look like the 21. I'm not. Anyway, I almost left there. I almost left my soul for a second.
Oh man.
Okay, I get my train stopped. Like from being a sophomore to graduation, what would you suggest that student do?
The route that I went, there's many different routes to go, right? You just got to figure out what works best for you. But for me, I was as involved as I had the space to be involved. Whether that was like meeting up with friends and working on our own projects, or that was like trying to do the different things that the different classes that I can't even remember, the multicam class and the single cam class and the different ones that we had to do that would take us to different places to then film stuff. And I would add every single thing on my resume. I applied for like hella internships. I tried to work Dr. Pondillo on his short films. You know, anything that I could do to build up my resume. That was what my focus was on. So that's what I would suggest. If you're gonna do something, you know, get out there, get to practicing. To be honest, because the more you work on sets, the better you get at it. Like it's like riding a bike. You know, it's like you just have to remember how to talk on a walkie. You have to remember to figure out what it is that a set needs or how a set operates, and figure out what it is that you want to do on a set too, because there's a lot of different roles and there's a lot of different ways to go about it. I thought I wanted to be an AD at one point, and then I was like, that's definitely not what I want to do. And now I'm a producer. So, you know, you got to figure it out. You might want to work in camera. You might want to work in audio. Like, who knows? Try it all.
So,
go ahead.
Go through your process of being a producer. Like, how was your first producing role? You know, how was it? Was it terrible? You know, what kind of
Was it terrible?
I mean, some people don't have terrible first experiences. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't.
I don't know who those people are.
Well, I went, you know, after I finished school, I kind of really wanted to like travel. So I didn't immediately kind of go right into the industry. And so I kind of took a few years and I was teaching English abroad. And then I thought my life was kind of going to go one way, and it ended up not. And so then I kind of found myself in like, I'm going to move to New York and like try my shot at this, like try to get on a set somehow. And for me, it took, you know, many years before being a PA, before I could even like become an associate producer. And then that takes many years before like, now I'm I go between, I freelance. So it's like, depends on the gig really. But I'm a segment producer or I'm a talent producer, which is what I'm doing right now on the current project that I work on. And it like, my first time being an associate producer, let me think. I'm trying to remember which project it was on. Because like you have little ones and then you have ones that are like more serious where you have like a bigger role, you know? Like
right.
Sometimes you can give a producer title out sometimes and it not necessarily mean the same thing on a different project. Like it could be different skill sets that are needed, or maybe you're focusing more on pre-production and production and then that's it. Or maybe you're focusing more on production and post and that's it. So, or maybe you're doing the whole thing. And for me, my first like AP gig that I got, it was like, I was really just trying to come in confident. Like I knew my and like no one was going to tell me nothing. And you work with, unfortunately, like with my experience, at least I've met like a lot of white people, like a lot of straight cisgendered white folks. And so I'm constantly.
Funny how they always show up.
They always show
everywhere.
up. They're always there. They're always the ones that are the bosses and have the money and they're funding the projects and all that. And so, but I was just constantly checking everyone's awareness and consciousness, like in the space of like the diversity of the cast, but also the diversity of the crew, you know, and like that. So I kind of found myself being like somewhat really outspoken on sets and still really am. And like,
oh, how did that go?
it can
Your
easily
first
go
time
wrong.
Very. I mean, I know you're an outspoken person. You know what I'm saying? That's just who you are. You know, I can't remember. I remember some times. I just ain't gonna say nothing. But
Hold on.
You know what I'm
I was
saying?
one of those young, the child that he was
Oh,
talking
okay, okay. We'll go there. That's fine. We'll use that. But so how was that first outspoken process for you? As far as you thought when you came in, you were like, oh, okay, I got this role. I'm gonna change some stuff. How did that go?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes even when you think you have a role, there's so many there's so many levels to that. It's like, do I? Sometimes. And I found that kind of being disheartening for me. Like I got an AP role on this like show and they really pride themselves in like their diversity and stuff, right? Like in front of the camera, winning awards, stuff like that. And I sure sent a smooth email. It was like, are you going to make sure that the people behind the camera look as like diverse as the people in front of the camera, and like not just at the lower level? Because a lot of times people will fill up PAs with like black and brown folks, and then it's like, but all the executive producers are white men, and it's like, but that's not. I know there's some black elders around here somewhere that are just as qualified and skilled who could be working on this show,
Right.
and would have a different outlook, like a different artistic point of view, because art is subjective and it's very much like what you grew up in, what your point of view is sculpted by who you are. And if you just don't have a lived experience that someone else has, then you're not going to be able to see it in the same way. So, yeah, it didn't, I will say that, I didn't move forward with that position when I sent that email. But I still, I still ended up like working with the company in different ways. So it wasn't bad. They were open. They were willing to listen, which was good.
You just didn't get that role.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I also asked for more money. So.
Oh.
Double whammy. Double whammy.
That's it. We got to get her up out of here.
And I need a raise.
And you need money? Oh, no. She cussed me out and going to ask me for money. No.
I feel like that's how you do it, though.
I mean, you got to know your worth. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I've heard stories of like producers on scripted stuff in particular. I primarily work in like unscripted things. So documentaries has always been my focus, but I've done like reality shows, competition shows, food shows. And I've heard stories of like people who've worked in scripted stuff and like producers making $20,000 per week. Y'all.
Wait a minute. What?
Yes.
No, I've heard something like that too. Now I heard it was a set designer, and this was for something with the NFL. And they just built the set in which the anchors are talking.
Yeah.
They flew them out and take a day to build the set, another day to break it back down, and they made 20 grand off 3 days work.
Yeah.
I cried in the shower when I heard that. I was just,
I mean, but
because I was so happy getting my $150 for 12 hours.
No. I'm sure you calculate that overtime. OT.
That was my first heartbreak right there.
But there's levels to this.
Yeah,
man.
And I learned I was so far low in that level.
Oh man.
That's when things change.
I get $150 just to carry somebody's camera wire around for a few hours.
Yeah.
Oh, when the dude came in like flip flops and everything. He looked so relaxed.
I would have came in flip flops too. You better be glad I would have came in barefoot and be like, yeah, I'm gonna hire some other people to do this.
Wait. You gonna come in barefoot?
Yeah, I don't care.
I like yo, but
I can buy new feet if I wanted to.
As a matter of fact, carry me to my office.
Right. I have people carry me everywhere.
Like you don't make that much.
With background music playing. FREE.
Nah. You gonna be over here like MC Hammer.
Listen,
and somebody ain't gonna carry nothing for you.
And so do you understand where I can go and get the cheapest labor I can to carry me around? And they're gonna be like, all right, bet.
You gonna be in jail. Look, she gonna go in front of Home Depot. She gonna be in front of Home Depot, violating all kinds of stuff.
I feel like I should delete this.
Don't delete this. I'm trying to tell you. I understand fame and stuff like that. So when I get there and they go back and they listen to this episode, I might get some
That's
lag, but
like
I don't care.
that's like 4 episodes, bare minimum. You're
I
gonna
know
have to explain.
it was one of I know one of them. I already know the one.
The fact that she already know that
I think we both
what's the word problematic?
Yeah.
I already know the one. I'm
Predicting-
gonna
Right.
explain.
There's
Yeah.
3 maybes and 1 definite.
Oh, I know the one. Trust me.
The other 3, I'm just
Hey,
you might be able to skate out for and maybe not. I totally forgot what I was going to ask.
it's
Okay, it's back now.
Okay, go
Uh,
ahead. I'm sorry. I just
So-
got carried away with
boy, did you?
buying new
$20,000 will get you carried away. I mean,
Man,
I
I'm
get
trying to
it.
tell
Hey, boy.
I only gotta work for 3 days. You know how much money I can do with that?
Just the pure mention of $20,000 had carried her away. Lord knows if you actually get it.
Look, I can flip it
Right.
now.
Hey, look,
All
you,
right.
you gonna be careful. You gonna have to be careful because Uncle Sam gonna want his half.
That's fine. He'll
Hey,
get it.
don't spend it before you don't spend it before you put that.
The way you said it, I don't really trust you.
But let's continue this interview. Go ahead,
Okay,
Kevin.
go ahead. I'm sorry, Layla. Go ahead.
What would be the first set you could think of that you worked on that was diverse? Man, that took too long.
I've had a couple of strong ones and then a whole lot of not. But when I first moved to LA, I worked on this BET music competition show.
Of course, it was BET.
It was BET. The executive producers were Black women. Like the showrunner was a Black woman. Most of the producers were Black. The only really focused, a lot of the camera operators weren't, and the AD team wasn't. But other than that, everyone was Black, brown, Asian, different genders, just all kinds of diversity. And that was a really kind of empowering space to be in, especially because I had just moved to LA and I was intimidated because I was it's LA. If this is the place to get in television, this is the spot, And I just managed to get on that set with a lot of, I don't know, I want to say luck, but also I worked my ass off. But it was a lot of good timing, I think. I was living in New York before this, and I was working as an office PA for a food production company. And so they did just a lot of burger shows, and they would go to different restaurants and stuff like that. And that was kind of my first consistent work that I had. Otherwise, I was working on stuff that was work for a week, and then I would be unemployed for 2 or 3. And then I was just, scraping by, trying to figure out any way to make money to afford to live in New York. And it was just rough, and it was cold, and I was like, ugh, I don't want to be here anymore. And so I just was lucky. My lease was up at the same time that my sister was graduating college, and she went to school in LA. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy a one-way ticket. So I bought a one-way ticket. I took the security deposit I got from my lease, and I moved out there with that. And I managed to find an apartment within a week. And then I got that job within the next week, which was 3 months of work on a set. And I was going to be a PA. And then when I got there, it was kind of lucky because the day that I started was actually the dark day of set. So there's no camera ops or none of the bigger amount of crew. It was just production department and then the talent team who was working with the cast, because if you do a competition show like this, the cast have all been flown out. They're staying at a hotel, And so somebody still has to be working in case, anything, help them get food, help them get around, they don't have cars, whatever. And so I went to go help out with the cast at the hotel, and me and the coordinator who was doing it just kind of vibed really well. And after that, I kind of stuck with the casting. And that for me was a great way to kind of shimmy into producing, because what I learned on that set was if you can work with talent and cast or anybody that you have to interview in any capacity, if you can do that front facing kind of work really well, you can be a good producer. So I kind of took that in my mind. I was me working with this cast is me working on my producing skills. this is how, if I can make them comfortable, if I can have them talk about what it is that they're feeling, because that's how you get a storyline in something like a music competition show. You have them talk about their art, their talent, what they're feeling, why they write this song, whatever. This show I thought it was really good. The only thing is, it only had one season, but I think it was also because that show with Cardi B and that rap competition show, Rap and
Oh
R&B.
yeah.
Oh.
It came out right before this show came out, and it was so good. And I don't think ours, it just never got renewed. But it was a good show, and it was a good like adjustment, and it made me feel good. Like, I got to LA, I came on this black ass set, I felt good. I was like, yes, I'm gonna do my thing, and yeah, and I still have friends from that set to this day. So
That's what's up. Black power. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I might get in trouble for that. It's okay.
I feel like that's the least you're gonna get in trouble for. No, I'm just glad that.
Don't make them think that I'm just this horrible person, Kevin. Okay.
Look, by episode 30,
we'll see what happens.
there's gonna be a story about your friend VA,
I'm gonna go.
and
back
you're gonna be
and
like, "Ooh, oh Lord, have mercy." She said, "What?"
It's a
And I'm gonna be like,
podcast.
okay, listen, I did that podcast and I didn't even know. Like,
She gonna be like, I was
Have your
young.
statement.
I
Have
needed
your-
the money. It's like,
She ain't getting paid for this. What you talking about?
right,
Hey,
right.
I mean, at the same time, I want people to think that we it, but we ain't paying nobody yet.
Yes, yeah.
yeah, I didn't know we were gonna pay anybody. Yeah, like look at that.
You know, if
Look at that.
if
You
we
learn
get
something new every day.
Hey, no, I didn't, because it's getting deleted. you make money by saving it. Like,
I mean, you do, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying?
Not Miss Carried Away over here. Like, for
just
real.
buy new feet.
For real, yeah. Yeah, for real. Look, VA Toby.
Ha ha ha. Y'all funny, ain't it? Anyways, Layla, let's get
VA Kente.
Actually, I was like, before I did this, I'm like, man, you didn't sign hella NDAs. Now, don't say anything. Like, shut up.
I mean, you ain't gonna. You saying
I'm gonna bring that up in a
names,
minute, though.
you know
So
what
I
I'm
was just
saying?
hold that thought.
You ain't saying no names or no really shows, so you okay? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just talking about production.
Right, you talking about production. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
we'll need you
NDA is,
to.
It's mainly like before the show airs. You know what I mean? It's like, please don't go and speak to a reporter and put all the information out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I've signed 2 or 3 of those myself. I thought these were some other, because you did say this was in California. I thought these were some other kind of NDAs.
Oh my goodness.
No, I've heard
sense?
stories, but nothing to me personally.
I've heard some stories too.
Mhm.
So that's what I want. But please go on. I've been around some places. So.
Oh my goodness. That just reminds me of the story I told you about the party and afterwards.
Yeah, you should probably move on.
Oh my goodness.
Off with that.
What did you want to ask?
I didn't want to ask nothing.
Okay, so
I lost my train of thought.
That tends to happen on this show.
Yes, it does. Gonna mention LA. 'Cause I've heard like people they move to LA to rather be in front of the camera or even in production, and there's always like a time adjustment for them to get used to living in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah.
what was the adjustment like for you?
It never happened.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Wow! Just right in there.
Wow.
Right in there.
So, well, next question.
It never happened for me. I lived there for 2 years, and once the pandemic hit, I was like, I don't know if I want to be here. So,
So what was it about LA that was like, nah, I can't do this?
Well, okay. I mean, I don't want to say this. Not everybody, like, there's a stereotype about LA, right? Like, that people can be a little bougie, a little fake, kind of an ulterior motive type stuff. And from my experience, I just felt like I wasn't really creating authentic friendships, and then I felt really lonely there. Like, I didn't really know nobody when I moved out there. So it was, and I've moved a lot of places and been able to like create community for myself. But LA was really a struggle. And I think it was because of how much I was working. Like,
Right.
when you work on a set, 12-hour days, 5, 6 days a week sometimes, 3 months on. Like I remember I had a roommate one time who was like, "You work doctor hours," and I was like, "But I do not get doctor pay." Like,
It is
Right.
doctor hours. Yeah.
it is. It's hard. You're on set by 7 a.m. You're not wrapping until 7:30 p.m. And at the least, that's if you don't go over schedule, which happens all the time. And by the time you get home, you're hungry and you're tired, and you don't know which one you're more of. So it was just hard. It was hard for me to like go out, meet people, have friends, and the folks that I was meeting, it was just like, what do you want? Like I don't know. It didn't feel like, and I'm from the South. I just like nice people. Like
Yeah,
I
you ain't
do.
gonna get that over in
That's
LA.
not what that was, and
So people didn't like hold the door open. It was you say like thank you and stuff like that.
oh yeah, I remember when I actually had this one on that show that I worked on. There was this black producer, and I remember I was being like, "Yes, ma'am," "No, ma'am," to her, and she literally said to me, she was like, "Layla, please do not ma'am me," and then she just left it at that, and I was like, I didn't
It's
know.
a show of respect, people. It's a show
I
of
I've had
respect.
I've had that situation happen too.
That's from the.
Yeah.
But when you're from the South, that's how it goes. You know
But
what I'm
other
saying?
people, and I was thinking because the person I had the situation with was from New York, and
Mhm.
she thought I was referring to her as old.
Yeah, they think you're
Pe-
aging
People
her.
Yeah.
really be getting sensitive about that. I'm
They
like,
do.
no, like it's how I was raised. Like, I grew up
Yeah.
like this. I
And
mean, you
honestly,
don't.
most of the black people who have moved to LA or New York or Chicago or any of these places, they all have roots in the South. Like
Hmm.
most of them, their grandma was from there. They got aunties and cousins that live there, so they know. You know what I mean? But I think because of the whiteness that is in that space, they're like, I don't like you're aging me, and I have like these other people around. And so I took it as kind of a like, okay, like I'm gonna just it wasn't I don't think I didn't take it personal, you know what I mean? Like I didn't
Right.
think she was just like, you calling me an old lady. I think she knew my intention, but was like, this ain't the place though, like.
I
And so
think it depends though too of your experience. Because my homeboy in San Antonio, his dad's Hispanic. And he'd be like, growing up, like we weren't servers because we work for a living kind of thing. So he didn't see his disrespect, but he told me like where he was coming from with it. So I was like,
mm-hmm,
I thought that was pretty good. He told me the why behind it, so I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I've heard that kind of similar conversation too. But I was like, I mean, we're here, it's just like it's expected. I think for the most part, like ain't nobody going to Marjorie and being like, hey girl, like what do I look like?
There's a Marjorie in L.A.
No, here my grandma's name is Marjorie.
Oh, okay.
So I was just meaning like that. That's not.
be like, girl.
Are you
Oh,
kidding?
Oh man, your grandma look at you so crazy.
Oh
she
wow, yeah.
she's throwing that belt at you with the little bit of strength she got left.
You gonna get one of those I ain't one of your little friends
Uh huh.
speeches.
Exactly.
I got that from my mom one time.
Mm.
Oh, I
Wasn't too
definitely
nice.
got that from my mom.
You know what I'm saying?
Haven't we all?
You know.
I'm gonna get back to your slightly to your experience in New York. 'Cause you said like in LA, you're just
Mhm.
busy, lonely, wasn't able to build a community. So,
Yeah.
what was your experience in New York like? Because I would have thought that would have been the case in New York because it's a very busy, go city
Yeah. I love New York. Like
outside of the weather.
outside of the weather, truly. Like if you
Mm.
can just not make it cold, New York is fun. Like New York is one, I like a walkable city. I found after living there that I really appreciated just being able to walk out my house and like go to the corner store real quick, go to a restaurant, go to a bar, go, like I like that convenience of that. LA, you have to have a car, and which means you're searching for parking all the
Mm.
time. You're getting parking tickets all the time.
You gonna say how many parking tickets you get?
That sounds like an answer.
I think in the first year, I racked up close to $500 in parking tickets.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
But the thing is, like, you go, you'll park somewhere. There's a parking sign, right? But there's like 5 signs on the parking sign, and you can figure out like, what does this mean? And you ever seen like when they have the arrow, right? So it's like the
Right.
arrow this way, so it's like you can't go from here back. And I remember I parked somewhere, and I swear I thought I was far enough away from the fire hydrant. Nope, it wasn't 15 feet apparently. I was like, I have seen people park so much closer, like, or otherwise, you're parking super far away. I mean, it was just rough. But and when you just broke as hell, like
You just don't care.
you're like, no, I mean, I did care. I was riding around the
She's
block,
pissed.
like after a long day on set too. Oh man, you're just so tired. You just want to get home in your own bed, take a shower, like. Yeah, smoke a spliff. That was me. But
You pick up that ticket and be like,
I really need a smoke after this.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then
So
you
back
can't
to
afford
LA.
to pay them. And
Not
then if
LA.
you don't pay it after so long, then you get late fees and it just gets more expensive. So I feel like a lot of mine were that. Like it was like $75, but because I paid it late, it was now $150. Like it was
Oh
crazy.
man. So back to New York.
Back to New York. Yeah, my bad.
No, you good. I just had to ask. You said it.
Yeah, New York felt just like there was more life there. I also knew more people there too. I think that helped. But New York was really great. Actually, when I went from New York to LA and then back to New York. So I moved back to New York, and I very recently just moved to Atlanta, like in January. But I was in New York all last year, and it was great. I mean, I love New York. It is expensive though. I mean, like an apartment there is pretty crazy. But like for documentaries in particular, New York is just a hub. Like LA has documentaries, but New York has a lot more documentaries. And I wanted to really like focus. I wanted to really get into like more serious journalism, but not for like a news network. Like I didn't want to be like a news reporter. I wanted to like make really beautiful, thought-provoking documentary pieces, and New York was just kind of like that vibe. They're like a little artsy, a little fartsy, a little, a little bougie, but like I'm intellectual like that. But they have money, and they can pay.
They have money.
money. Yeah, I like how you said that. That's
Listen. I
Yeah,
do
big
not work
emphasis.
for free. Anybody that's listening to this, PA or not, no matter what you're doing, I would just highly recommend to not work for free, especially if it's like a production company. They have money to pay. They
Oh
always
yeah,
do,
they got money.
for sure.
If you're gonna be bougie, you're gonna have to pay for it.
Right. Know your worth.
Bougie comes at a
I'm
price.
asking for over 20,000.
Okay, right.
I know you're gonna do it enough to where one person's gonna pay it, and then you're gonna be like, "Hey, I'm going shopping for new feet."
And hands.
Gotta
Because
get
if I got
Atlanta and get a Tyler Perry Studios, see what that's talking about over there. I heard they film all the Marvel movies here, and I'm sure those are the big pain.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
I tried to apply to work on one of those. It's a lot easier if you already live in Atlanta, apparently. Then I'm like, it's not that I'm not that far off. Like, no, we need you up here. So like,
yeah.
I'm not at that point yet.
I get that.
But how because you worked at Frontline for a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about your experience there.
Yeah, Frontline was it was all work from home. This was last summer into fall. A lot of my work I find honestly off Facebook. Like I'm in a lot of like different Facebook groups that are like huge, and people just go and post positions on there. Or like I'm in a lot of Google groups too that I get emails about positions all the time. And it's just like if you qualify, and then however many people apply to it, and you just kind of shoot your shot and hope that your cover letter sounds good enough to draw attention. But Frontline, I'm in this Facebook group called Brown Girls Doc Mafia. That's what it's called. And it kind of exploded really after the pandemic. I was a part of it before then, and then it just got huge with like people kind of coming in there. And then I think after like the uprisings of George Floyd and stuff like that, the consciousness level of like who's behind the camera was becoming more of like a priority. And Frontline is like just known for notoriously being like older and white for the most part. And there were these two journalists who were taking some reporting from another journalist and was kind of partnering with like a program at UC Berkeley. And it was about, the documentary we were working on was about child welfare and the system of it, and kind of just investigating how it works, how it operates, like, and the really kind of crazy statistics that would come out of that. And so we worked on that for a while, and I was like doing a lot of just research. I'm like finding people who focus in reproductive services or are helping young mothers and parents and attorneys. I'm talking to doctors and talking to these people, and I'm like calling them and just being like, hey, I'm Leyla from PBS Frontline. We're doing a documentary. Would you have time to get on a call? And, you know, we would talk sometimes for hours on end about like their experience, because there hasn't been a lot of camera focus on this. So the people who work in it, especially in the advocacy space, they were like, please, you know, highlight this. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of fucked up shit. I'm not gonna lie. It's really sad. I mean, it's like the statistic is like over half of Black children by the time they reach the age of 18 will encounter a CPS investigation. And it's like they're cops. Basically, it's like an institution of cops who like goes and investigates families for whatever reason, right? Like it could be a neighbor calling, it could be your soccer coach calling, it could be a teacher, whatever. But like there were stories of like a kid came to school with no glasses on, and the teacher called Child Protective Services, and then the child eventually was taken away from the home and put into foster care. So it was just like really horrible
for glasses.
For glasses, because most of the cases are poverty related. Like people are poor, they don't have support. You know, it takes a village, right? We've all heard that saying at some point in time when it comes to kids,
right?
And if people don't have a village, and then you kind of add things on like domestic violence or drug use or anything like that, you know, a CPS worker can knock on your door anytime. They do need a warrant, but most people think that they don't, and then they kind of use intimidation to get inside your home and check on the welfare of the child. They strip search the kid. They check all. If you have medication in your bathroom, even if it's prescribed, right? They can use that as evidence to basically build up a case against you. And like the ones that are targeted the most were Black women and immigrants and Native American people. And so it's just like massively racist. So we were just trying to investigate all of this, and like there were so many stories that were coming out. It was really heavy kind of stuff, and I found it kind of affecting me mentally a little bit. Like the story, you know, I mean, the stories were just sad. Like not only about these kids that are being taken away, but like some parents that were just having these like mental breaks and they were going crazy on their kid, and it was just really, really sad. And I found it really kind of bringing me down. And we were doing so much research that we were really behind schedule. And basically they kind of shut down the project because they said it needs to go back into reporting, and like they can't have a whole. I was on the production team, right? So we were supposed to be traveling, filming, shooting, and I was doing a lot more of pre-production research than what they had budgeted for. And so they were basically going back to the drawing board. So I worked for them for like, I don't know, 4 months maybe. And it was a good run. And I do hope that project keeps, you know, I don't know what the status of it is now, which was the weird part about it, because it feels like unfinished almost, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, man, I really hope, I hope that these families get highlighted. I hope these stories kind of get told, because one person that I talked to, she was, actually, I don't know if y'all have seen this viral video that's gone around of this professor who was I guess she was speaking to senators about the like abortion laws and things like that, Roe v. Wade being overturned, and she kind of got into this like argument with a really conservative like man, and he was just like, "You're saying people who can experience pregnancy." She was like, "Are you saying this is not a women's issue?" And she was just basically saying that like trans people and non-binary people can also experience pregnancy as well. But she wasn't even really trying to like make it about that per se. But he was kind of trying to like be like, "You're saying this isn't a women's rights issue," and she was like, "Well, it does affect women, but it also affects other people." And it kind of went viral. It was all over the internet. And she was the same one of the people that I talked to. She's done a lot of like works and writings on like child welfare and women's reproductive rights and people's reproductive rights and stuff. And one of the things she told me that I'll never forget, she was just like, the thing about media is that like, if there's not a focus on this, if people's hearts and minds don't change, why would the government change anything? Like,
Right.
why would Joe Biden be like, let me go and write a bill about this if no one's being like, hey, that's really messed up because I saw this documentary on blah, 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 blah. And why are they doing that shit? And then it makes people angry. And then they get on Twitter. And then they protest. And then they do whatever. Like, it can shift the consciousness, you know? And I just really hope that, you know, something happens with this documentary. And if Frontline don't do it, somebody out there watching, you want to give me some money? I'll make it for you.
Hey, that's what I was gonna say. You can put it out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's always kind of been in the back of my mind, really. It's like, it needs more than one documentary, honestly. You know, like it needs a whole series. Like there's so many levels to the issue. And it could be like that with anything. Like I worked on a documentary with Soledad O'Brien about systemic racism. And just like the different things. I mean, you've got environmental racism, you've got redlining, you've got, you know, policing, you've got the school, or I'm sorry, children to or school to prison pipeline. There, you know, you've got medical racism. It's just so many different things. It was just like we need like 10 episodes. You know what I mean? To like put
It's
all
a
this
lot.
out at an
It's a
hour
lot.
each. And even then, you're still like there could be more. Like
It's a
so,
lot more.
yeah.
It's just it's funny how, you know what I'm saying, the different aspects of racism in different things. You know what I'm saying? Doctors and, you know, you a black woman, you go to the doctor and you know they send you home because they don't think there's not anything wrong with you, and then the person ends up dead because they had something wrong with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because how it affects different aspects of an individual's life.
Right.
You see a bit of racism, whereas in, again, you said policing, even probably how you eat,
Oh yeah.
fortunately, even medical.
Right. It's just like, you know,
Yeah. I
a
mean,
lot of
when we were doing
poverty.
research. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. I'm just rambling. It's okay.
I could, you know, I when you look at this stuff all day, it's like, oh my god, I have so much to say. Like, so don't mind me.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as someone who does documentaries,
Documentaries,
now do you feel that
documentations.
yeah, that's what I was going with that
Okay,
first.
go ahead.
But do you how do you feel that it can be like a form of activism or even a form of protest?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think so much of it is you're working with activists, you know, and like filming them who are the ones that are organizing the protest. So I don't want to ever say that I do the work that they do, because the work that advocacy is like it's a lot of work, and the money is, you know, slim to none, and the thank yous are slim to none, and they put themselves in dangerous situations sometimes. So I definitely think it's a form of it, but I want to make sure that those like activists and organizers and those people really are like they're on the front line, you know, like they're the soldiers. Like I just try to help bring a camera there so other people can see what's going on, see what they're doing. Like, but yeah, I think in its own way.
I know we probably talked about this on a few episodes ago that documentaries are kind of becoming now what books once were,
Mm.
like a great way of documenting. People are reading less and are listening or watching more.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that kind of, I don't want to say documentaries take place of a book, but maybe even kind of expand on shows history in a different way?
Mm. I think that when people see things with their own eyes, it changes something. Um, I am definitely an advocate of read a book. But I think I totally understand. I feel like my reading has become less, unless I'm specifically trying to focus on something. My casual reading isn't as strong as it used to be, because there's so much like sensory things around, right? Like that I can watch, or that I can learn about in different ways. And I think a documentary can be as just as well researched as a book, certainly. And it could not, just as some books can also not. You know, I've worked on some documentaries where they spend a lot of time, like really pouring in, talking to the people who are kind of experts about a lot of different subjects, and making sure that they're piecing this story together really quickly. And then sometimes you have some networks who are like, we need to make this thing in a month, like pedal to the metal, like let's go find people to interview, get the few basic questions out there, and create something. But that could also be like, that could be a YouTube thing that's only 5 to 10 minutes long, right? So there's only so much information you could put in that. Or it could be a feature that's an hour and a half, like, or it could be a 10 episodic series like that. That those different things are going to require different types of research and background to it. So I do like a cute little like bit, like I like information that can come in a digestible amount. I think our attention span in general, because of like TikToks and everything like that, is less. I know I find myself like, just not being able to focus as much as I used to, I guess. So I do appreciate sometimes when I can see something that's 5 minutes long and I'm like, oh, wow, that's interesting. Now I want to learn more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not to be like, I'm an expert, let me go on Twitter and but it is. I think
please
information
don't
is
go on
power.
Twitter. please don't go on Twitter.
People do.
Yeah. Oh,
People
we've
do.
seen those people.
Yeah.
I would say Twitter is a dark place where everybody bring their thoughts at, and we didn't need to know that.
They gotta
Yes,
speak their mind, Kevin.
Man,
they
keep that to
do.
yourself.
They do.
Like, you ever just talk to a friend and be like, I didn't need to know that about you. It's all of Twitter. It's all of it.
Well, I
Wow.
mean, I
Yeah.
think society overshares anyway now. So,
Mhm.
in some ways, that could be good for a documentary because they're going to just air it out.
Right.
But, like, if we just having like a personal level thing, and maybe you need not tell me about like personal things about your wife.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's going to make me feel
That thing you
uncomfortable.
did in '08. Like, I didn't need to know that.
That's if you don't know the person, right?
Even if I know the person.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Like, there's degrees of knowing a person.
Yeah.
I'm just so all the stuff that I done told y'all.
Don't tweet any of it.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Zero. Not. Honestly, you don't have a Twitter, do you?
I do.
Burn it.
I am one of
Burn
those
it.
who's
I'm
on
just
Twitter.
saying. They somewhere.
Set it on. Oh, Lord.
But sometimes there's some funny stuff on Twitter. There's some people who can find less than 160 characters to say a funny thing.
You got to dig.
You
You got to dig. I ain't gonna lie. All that stuff about LeBron James' hairline, that's funny. That's funny. I'll be like, oh man, like they found another way to talk about this man's hairline. Man, how creative.
It's because he won't cut it off. He just keeps it up there. So
He got all that money. He does not care.
like
That
a
man,
billion.
that man can buy new feet, new hands, new hair. He don't care.
A new hairline.
Right.
Except
he does
that.
not care.
So, well, I mean, he is cheap as well.
Right. He finna keep his money. Do you hear me?
All of it.
All of it.
Every
But-
single point.
Now, back to us who aren't rich. So, because with now, have you worked on any scripted shows?
I've like day played a couple times, and but never like where you kind of start to finish on the whole project. No, I've never done that. I mean, scripted and unscripted worlds are very different. Like even the
How
title.
so?
I mean, so for example, I told you I was an associate producer, right? I heard for associate producers, you primarily you work with the producer very closely. You do a lot of writing, and you do a lot of like organizing. That could be like grids, that could be logistics, that could be setting up interviews. You're talking to people. getting them comfortable with like who they're about to meet within the production. A lot of times you could be the front facing person as the associate producer that the person who's being interviewed might know you as. In scripted, I've heard the associate producer works primarily in editing. So it can be very different. I mean, in unscripted, you have roles like field producer, segment producer. I mean, I feel like they'd be making shit up, but then you have producer, and then you have supervising producer, and then you have executive producer. And in scripted, there's similar roles. I've never heard of a segment producer in scripted before. I think one of my friends actually said, I feel like production just recently made this title up a couple of years ago, just called the person a producer. But now the title of just producer is really, really high up. Like you're on an unscripted thing. Like if you're a producer specifically of an episode in a documentary series, you're like the director. Like you kind of call the shots. You're making all the decisions really for how that goes, and then you report to the executive producer who's looking over the whole series. I don't know how it works in scripted, to be honest. I don't think it's the same. I don't even know what producers do because I'm like, is it primarily logistics? Because in scripted, you have the set designer, you have a location scout, you have a transportation person, you have like, just there's always a role for every single thing that could happen in production. So I was like, so what does the producer do? And why are they making $20,000 a week?
Hey, listen, you know, when you look
My heart breaks once again.
you know, when you look at television, a lot of people don't pay attention to the end credits, but you see a lot of producer names on whatever show it is. If it's scripted or unscripted, it's a lot of producers in that category. And they all got titles and they all get paid.
Yeah.
So you ladies who are going out to All-Star Weekend looking for ballers, you're probably looking at those end credits.
Truly, honestly.
Holla at Hank in production.
Wait a minute.
Get you a nice grip.
No, not the grip. not the grip.
Holla at Bobby with the boom mic.
Listen, Bobby with the boom is in a good union, okay?
I feel like you just need to go for the lead band member if you're gonna holler at Bobby with the boom. I'm just saying, you're gonna have some fun for maybe 1.2 years.
Hey, he gonna get you on every set though. I'm trying to tell you, Bobby with the boom is gonna get you on every set.
Yep.
Bobby be wicked. Nice to see you again.
I done seen some of the numbers before. Bobby with the broom, not only does he have all the sound gear, but he rents it out every time he gets on a set to the production. So he's making even more money with that. Bobby with the broom is pulling a few hundred a day easily.
Now, I have been on a set where, yes, they I was a PA and they're like, yeah, we need somebody with a laptop. I was like, I got a Mac, but it's old. Cool. We'll pay you an extra $100 if you can bring it.
What?
Yeah.
I got 2 MacBooks.
All I did was like take people's names down.
Yeah.
Oh, I got paid well that week.
Yeah.
You know,
not 20 grand well,
what
but
what you should have done was you've been like, yeah, I got 2 laptops, and you know what I'm saying? I would have came. We would have came with another 3 laptops, and we'd have had 5 in front of you. That's $100 each.
They said 1 VA.
They did say
They said 1.
It don't matter.
They don't need 12.
See, your friend likes to assert herself in everything.
Well, listen, I'm about it too. Make your money. Shit.
She's like, shoot, we go to pawn shop. We get like 3. We're gonna flip them to 5.
Like, how did me become weak? Like, how did
we are a team over here? I'm just trying to tell you.
Not that situation we were.
Hey, listen.
I don't think I called you that week.
It don't matter. I told you I know how to flip $1. I can flip it now.
All I know is like they ain't never no take a friend to work.
They didn't ask me to rent a friend out neither. So.
I mean, I would have came for free, but
no, you would not.
My laptop would have cost money.
The laptop.
I'm getting paid somehow.
Right.
Like Denzel said, I'm leaving with something.
You need to charge it too. That's extra $25.
Right there. 25.
Oh, you've done some
there.
negotiations before, haven't you?
Yes. It took me a long time, though, I will say, and I think recently, within like the last year or two of my life, I have like fully stepped in with the like walk around like you're the shit when it comes to negotiation. Like reach for the stars and they're going to offer you what it is that they think they can get to get you there. A lot of times too, in the way in which I work in production, people are moving so quickly. They just want somebody who knows somebody. Like they ask whoever they know, like, hey, do you know someone that could be a field producer? And someone's like, oh yeah, I know Layla. Let me give you their number. And then you can just be like, I want this much a week. And they could literally just be too busy to even want to hire anymore. And you'll be like, sure. Like, honestly, they will try to lowball you almost
Let's
every
go
time.
ahead and
Where
go
the
ahead and
people
make.
at?
Let me
Where the
go ahead
people
and
at?
take these notes right quick.
Like every time I hear stories like that, or hear like like some college kid gets like a new round of VC funding, I'm like, where's that money at?
It's
Right.
here.
I know.
I'm like,
oh my God.
I'm like, yo, like this dude's got a concept on a piece of paper, never built a business, but like he getting like this money, like I mean, like they're making it rain on him.
I mean,
Like it's
nepotism
All-Star
runs
weekend.
strong in the industry. Unfortunately, like it is very much there. It is who you know, not necessarily what you know. And a lot of times, some of the people that are like the highest, that getting paid the most, really on the set, they're the ones whose uncle works at some network, or whose dad is a director, or something like that. They were born in that space. You know what I mean? And they can fly past some of the like the grudgingly years that you do as a PA or as a camera assistant, or whatever kind of different way, whatever department you go into when you're at the bottom. Not the bottom. I don't like to like put hierarchies with it, but you're making the least amount of money. Like,
I mean, it still is a staircase though, but I mean,
Except the last name on the resume made it go up a lot quicker.
I honestly though that's good for me because I can talk good, and like I ain't never been no stranger.
They be moonwalking up these staircases.
listen.
I can talk well too.
Just
you
glide.
know? Okay, I gotta do is smile. My way.
So as far like 'cause I don't think people would necessarily think about necessarily negotiating.
Mm.
So how do you go about, or what is your mind state when you're negotiating, working on a set?
I really try to highlight my skills and what I think is what it is that they need. So, and that depends on how much you know about the role, right? Like, I was kind of like in talks. I had an interview for a position just the other day, and I was just kind of getting a feel out because I'm already working, so I wasn't really interested. I was just like, let me, I like to keep one toe in, you know what I mean? Because when you freelance, nothing feels permanent, like at any time a production could get shut down and then boom, you're out of a job, like just nice to like, and I've been working on something for a while now, and normally I don't work longer on one project than like probably like 5 or 6 months. And now I've been working like maybe 8 months on this project. So I'm like, just trying to make sure my resume looks nice. Like people don't forget about me that I have worked with in the past. And when my friend was actually really helping me, she was like, ask for this much amount of money. And I was like, oh God, like I don't know. I've never asked for this much amount of money. She was like, they won't give you that, but they won't give you $1,000 less than that because you asked for this much amount of money. So like I'm highlighting my skills, but I'm also kind of like, if I want them to meet me in the middle, I'm going to ask for more than what it is that I'm actually expecting that they're going to give me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you kind of do you also have like as I like to call, get up and walk out the room number as well? They're like, oh, we'll offer you this. It's nice to meet you.
I said no. I've definitely said no. And then like, but like that was like ridiculously low. Like I was making more on unemployment. Like,
it make more money looking for work than actually working for you.
You want me to come work for you for this many hours?
Oh my goodness.
I'm just now really starting to step in my confidence of being like, and mainly because I think me and some friends that I have that we've worked together on different shows, like we be telling each other the tea. one person's just like, oh, I'm over here. I can see how much this person's making. Like, oh, this AD is making $1,000 a day. Oh, this DP is making $1,500 a week or whatever. I don't know. No, that's really low for a DP. $1,500.
That's low.
A day. Yeah, that's low. DPs make a lot of money. A lot of money. And that's an unscripted. And scripted, I've heard like crazy.
I'm thinking, wow, 1,500. Oh, okay, never mind.
Well, a third of it goes to taxes, so let's remember that.
Right, you got to remember that. You got to pay Uncle Sam.
That's
It
still a
sounds-
nice payment.
Especially if you're in California, because you got state
Oh,
and federal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then like I don't know if they withhold. Do they withhold depending on the project, right?
There's ways. Like I've learned a lot of people who freelance get an LLC, and then they just get hired out as a loan. Now that's what I've done. I made an LLC, and now like if someone hires me, they're like contracting with my like company. So now
Lower tax rate.
They
Lower
don't
tax rate, right?
Huh?
Lower tax rate.
Yeah, well, basically, I mean, I don't know all the taxes, and I ain't trying to say too much, but now I have a lot of I give my keep my receipts. I give my credit card statements to an accountant. I was like, how do I make the most out of my check in ways? Because I felt like people, I was getting rates of $1,500 a week, but only comes down to $900 after that, and my rent alone is $1,200. So
yikes!
What am I? And that's with roommates. It's and I haven't even paid for parking yet. The water bill ain't come out. My cell phone, my car payment, all that. So really, those numbers aren't
Then the tickets in LA.
and then the tickets. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. I was still living paycheck to paycheck, most definitely when I was in LA, for sure. I think once I started working from home is when I saw my costs change, because I didn't have to pay for gas as much. You know what I mean? I don't know, my general expenses just stopped.
All right. So since you're in Atlanta now, talk about Atlanta. How is Atlanta treating you?
I love Atlanta. I mean, I've been away from the South for so long that it just feels good to be back. And cost of living is so much more affordable. Well, it's just much more reasonable in comparison.
Right.
But I haven't worked out of Atlanta yet. I still work for a company that's based in LA, but we're all remote, which is great. I love it. So I'm still figuring out the work world here. You know what I mean? But I feel like I'm kind of getting into a place where most work is either remote, and if it's not remote, they just send people out just to shoot something. And a lot of times they're shooting in Atlanta or somewhere within the South. My job too, they were looking at something in Miami, and they were like, you know what, Leyla, you're actually the closest. And so they were thinking about sending me out there. I was like, cool. I ain't never been to Miami before. Let's go. But they companies now, because they're saving on other things, I think, at least what I'm kind of getting a sense of, is that they'll fly you out if they want people to shoot on location somewhere.
Oh damn, you getting flued out. That's what I'm
Yeah, that's what I'm talking.
Flued out.
Yeah, that's what they say, right?
I like how you said
that's
that.
what the kids say, right?
And in Miami, you said it.
They said getting flued out.
Okay.
It's only happened to me a couple times, but
It has never happened to me, so you got it more than I did.
I
haven't even gotten driven up to.
What?
You're definitely farther along than I am.
How did you say
But
it?
I've just become
Driven
a lot
up to.
more popular in Nashville. No,
Say what?
I've seen a lot more things pop off in Nashville.
Oh, Nashville is popping. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I ain't moving. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I'm very 50-50.
I mean, the way we're doing a lot of things, though, it's not necessary so much as far as stuff on our end, like all the indie stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, because I feel like you can do that pretty much anywhere.
I mean, you can, but it's
And it feels like we're part of something that's growing.
yeah.
So I understand Victoria not wanting to leave because she already is starting to build a name here. And it's as it grows, her name grows with it.
Right. Yeah.
So I understand it from that aspect.
Remember this name. All
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you. Do you hear me?
But we're just gonna call you New Feet.
You can. You can.
No, I feel that though. I feel like when I left out of LA, I definitely opportunities. I lost opportunities for sure because I just wasn't there.
Is it lost?
yeah, like it, and not to say it's held me back per se, but there was just options that I was like, oh, I could work in that. Oh, I could produce this or whatever. But I think that I made the right choice for myself, really. But I think, BA, you're right. Like when you leave a place, your name then is no longer kind of there anymore. And so, like, I didn't like, as far as people I can network here in Atlanta with, I know like one person, and that is someone that I know from MT. So we've never actually worked on a production together. I just know she works in production in Atlanta, and I feel like I could be like, "Hey, girl, you looking for anybody?" You know. But
But I
other than
feel
that,
like Atlanta is that spot to where, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna it's a lot of people doing stuff anyway. So you're not gonna not find work. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So it's easy to find work there. You
yeah.
know, it ain't like you gonna be with work not at
And
all.
networking is, I've heard, a lot better, and especially compared to LA. Like
Mm-hmm.
when they move to Atlanta, networking is a lot better because I guess they tend to like-minded individuals like tend to help one another,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which I've heard is somewhat like that in New York as well, but
Yeah.
it's a little more competitive in LA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. I mean, have you all heard of Staff Me Up, the website?
Oh, I'm on
Yes,
there.
we
Yeah.
have.
I'm definitely on there.
I remember when I first got on it, like probably like 2017. It was like I would apply for a PA position. There might be like five other people. When I was in LA a couple years later, I would apply for a PA position, and it was like you are one of 100 candidates. Like,
Oh my
I was
goodness,
like,
Oh,
damn.
that's a lot.
Yeah, LA has the thing I will say though is, especially if you're as a PA, if I got onto a set and did good, right? Like where people felt like they could rely on me. Like when stress levels are high, the production managers are freaking out, the ADs are freaking out, the executive producers are like looking at all their, leaders of the departments being like, what are you doing? Why are we going over? Time is money on the set. You know what I mean? Like the moment they start to go over 12 hours is the moment that all those camera operators that are in a union, all those audio people who are in a union, all the ADs that are in a union, their money like triples, right?
Right.
oh,
Yeah,
I've heard that.
yeah. The art department, everybody. If you're in a union, you're good. And so they're just like, okay, we need to wrap this up, right? Like we need to finish what we need to do for the day, and we need to go. And I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. I remember. Once you get
very
on there
good.
and you start like being able to help people in those moments of crisis, then they're gonna call you when they get another job and be like, "Oh, this was the person that helped me out a lot," But I make sure, like at the rap party, I'm like, "Here's my number, like, don't forget me." Oh, and a lot of times, a lot of the leaders of the department have already picked up another position before they've even rapped because they've been in the industry for so long. So there's sometimes where like not necessarily me always, but I have had times where like I was leaving a set and I had like a week off and I was gonna go right on to another show because the AD I worked with wanted to bring me over there, or something like that.
Networking. Trying to tell you, it's a good
Networking.
thing
I've been networking at
Network at
work
that rap
most
party.
the
and a
rap
good
party.
attitude. You got to be likable.
Also work.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, I can't tell you how many people like they show up and don't really want to do nothing. That's
Mm-hmm.
weird.
I don't know. The thing I saw is like they can't they show up and can't wrap cable.
I did get cussed out the first time I did that.
I saw
Oh man,
I seen one person get cussed out and
Oh.
another get thrown
that,
out.
that's one good thing about MT. I learned how to wrap cable.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember how to wrap a cable anymore.
Oh no, it's like muscle memory.
You're above that now.
You get cussed out one time, you'll wrap
No,
that
I
cable
mean, if
right.
you don't work, if you're not a camera assistant, though, you're not touching cables, like for the most part. So, like, a lot of the PAs that I was working with, you were going right into the production department, which, like, that's food, that's transpo, like that's like logistics. And those union camera people, you can't even touch something sometimes if you're not in the union. I remember when I was working on Frontline, they was like, "Here's a list of gear. Can you go find this?" I was like, "I don't know what this shit is." And the producer was just like, "Oh," like I think at first she was a little surprised and almost a little questioning it. And I
Right.
was just like, well, why don't you have a camera assistant? And then I think then she was just like, okay, well, let me help. Like, I was like, there's a role. Like, there's people who do this and get paid $650 a day to do this. So don't do me, girl. I know how this works.
She tried it.
Exactly.
She
So
tried. But I mean, it really, again, there's so many different ways that production can be done. Like, she was a producer, but she had come from like a journalism background for so long that she had her production sets were small. It was like her and two other people going out and making something, which, like, in that case is all hands on deck, right? Everybody's
right.
trying to help with everything. But when you're on like I've worked on RuPaul's Drag Race, right, which is a union show. It's huge, like over 100 people in the crew. There's like very specific rules on what you can do and what you can't do. And you don't want to be the person that, like, it's weird because like on productions they like it when you take direction, but like don't do too much. You know what I mean? Like like great, you want to start cleaning stuff up, wonderful. You want to start wrapping cable and things like that, well, like make sure you know whose camera that is, make sure you know, like, so it's like a balance of like, especially with union rules, like what can I do and what can I not do. And I was just never really interested in working camera anyway, so I wasn't really like worried about impressing the camera operators, if you know what I mean. I was trying to make the producers and the executive producers remember who I am. Like that was my project.
So camera person.
Don't direct me as a camera person. What is wrong with you?
You're the person that knows who's with the camera a lot.
What-
Just felt like a nice little transition.
I am director / cinematographer. That's what I am. Okay.
Well, to the cinematographer.
That's just another camera person.
You said you were a cinematographer.
Whatever. What do you want?
Now, Zan, did you have anything to add?
I don't forget now because you insulted me.
See what I gotta deal with
You
all
literally
all the time.
insulted me.
All the time.
Y'all too pick on me all the time.
No, seriously, you gotta go to the higher title. Like that. That's how it goes. You go to the higher title. You don't go to the lower title.
So
Don't worry. We'll work it out. We'll work it
So
out.
how is he supposed to approach me then?
Director.
Okay.
Director. I mean, cinematographer is pretty high title too. I feel like
It is.
And
I'm just
highly
not a
paid.
camera person. You know what I'm saying?
EP, yeah.
Camera op.
Camera off.
Camera op one.
Let me tell you, I don't never ever want to work a camera at a concert again. Ever. Do you hear me?
Wait, which concert?
Those college days burned me.
Mm-hmm.
Multi-camera, that is not my thing.
Yeah.
I tell you what, like the person doing all the directing traffic on the multicam deal, like with the technical director, hey, you can have that.
Yeah.
You can have that.
Sounds like a whole lot of stress.
There's a lot of stuff, and especially you gotta be responsible for everybody.
Right.
And
I don't even like people that much.
Oh,
I
don't
know.
get me
Yeah, and
started.
you gotta watch how you talk to people too. You know, like people respond in different ways. I mean, that's like kind of just team production. Really is teamwork at the core of it. You know, like there's a lot of different people coming in with a lot of different skills, and we're all here to collectively like make one thing. And if you talk to somebody outside of your neck, like
so have you had somebody talk to you that way?
I did have a showdown with an AD one time.
Ooh. Showdown.
Showdown. Oh my
like
goodness.
Stare down. Like it was like intense. They were like, I think the set was just kind of crazy. Like it was a new show, a new team. Everyone's trying to like get things moving in some way. Cause like, if you think about it, I think about set and production, like basically like a small business on the first day. Like you don't have a groove yet, you know, like you haven't figured out how things are going to work or what didn't work or whatever.
Right.
So the first week sometimes can, maybe even the first couple of weeks, it can be chaotic. And, you know, you're just kind of looking around like, is it me? Am I the drama? Like,
Am I the drama?
What can I do here? And there was one time I was a PA and I was working with the cast, and they were thirsty. They were super thirsty, so I was like running to get them water, right? But it was quite unsafe.
Oh, she meant literal. She meant literally thirsty. Okay,
I literally
okay.
thought you meant something else.
I did too.
No, I meant like they wanted water. It was LA.
Hey, if you meant that, you should have said that. Nah, I'm playing.
Oh
I'm playing.
my. Okay, go ahead. I was like, where? I'm like, where the story finna go?
Oh, I was so intrigued. Like, yes, and
How thirsty were they?
Well, it was a desert.
Oh my goodness,
Man.
Just trying to
Oh.
get them some water.
Y'all shouldn't have butted in because we were all thinking the same thing, and I wanted to see
I
where the
didn't
story
even
was gonna
realize
go.
that y'all were thinking that.
I've never been so disappointed to hear water. I was like, ooh, oh,
Anyways,
water. Yeah, okay.
They were thirsty.
yes, they were quite thirsty.
They were actually physically thirsty.
Please continue.
We are never gonna get picked up. Do you hear me?
Oh,
Kevin, we trying to get picked up. Get yourself together.
Trying to get flued out.
Y'all trying to get that network money.
Get yourself together.
I'm
We
sorry.
trying to get. She right. We trying to get network money.
I feel like I'm already ready for prime time. Look, I done already composed myself.
Today you were way better than I was.
All right, they were thirsty and wet. I want
Hell, now I'm thirsty. Shit. I went, got the people some water. You know when you take water bottles out of a pack of water bottles and you're making the water bottle sound, like the plastic sound.
Oh man.
And the AG was like, quiet on set. And then he shushed me. And I just felt like, and I'm like,
Dramatic
continuing to grab
music.
the water out. And he's just like, he just like looks at me and points and like grunts. And I just like, I had the water, like, I was like, in my hand. I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. We're having a whole stare down. And then finally the director calls cut. And I just like, he storms off and I storm off. And it was so intense for no damn reason. I don't even know. But it was, that was the one time I was like, this motherfucker just shushed me. Like, maybe I could have waited. But I also was just getting water like a basic human need. So,
Oh my goodness.
Boy, water's intimidating, I guess. I don't know.
water is intimidating. Yeah.
Being thirsty is intimidating too. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, Layla, that is a way to wrap this up, ain't it? So what is your ultimate goal as far as being where you are right now? As far as a producer or all that good stuff, what is the ultimate goal for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I really would like to get that lone just producer title where I'm like kind of more almost directing in the documentary world. And I just have a lot of like ideas about things that I want to highlight and stuff like that. But that would be, I think, the overall goal. But I'm gonna be honest, like every year I change my mind and I'm like, sets are too hard. Maybe I'll just go back to school and I'll be a production professor.
Oh, don't do that.
I think about it sometimes because it's just so, like right now I'm working on an event and it's just so much more chill up until like the event time. Whereas like a regular, when you're on set for 3 months at a time or however long, it really does something to you. I remember I was losing a bunch of weight, but it was not in like a good way. I was so like stressed and hungry, like not able to eat because I was so busy. So I was just hungry all the time. And, that's just not the best version of myself, and
Right.
I don't know. It wasn't good for me. My anxiety levels were really high and I want a balance. I think overall for me, I just want a good balance. I want to make documentaries. I want to be a producer. In like a different role of producing than I am now because there's so many different kinds of producers. I want to really get to the point where I can make I work on a project like a couple times, like 2 a year, and they're both like so many months each, and I can take 2 months off or something like that, and I can afford it.
Hey,
Really,
it's
that
gonna
would be
happen.
that would be the overall goal. But
It's gonna happen. I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying?
I want to hit the applause button, but I don't remember where it is.
Please don't. Please don't. Last time it was bad.
Yeah, so it's like it can be an applause or it can be like awkward crickets. So I'm gonna just leave
Or it
that
could be
alone.
the wah wah wah.
Yeah, that was the worst.
Yeah, but I thought you were supposed to remember.
Me?
No, I thought he was supposed to remember.
No,
Oh, I thought you said me. No.
no. It's like I
can't
got
remember
it.
what I did yesterday.
I have an idea. Actually, let's try it. Let's see. Nope, that wasn't it. Okay, so
I just told him not to do it. I told you.
So Leyla, thank you for taking time out to speak with us today.
I also want to say, Leyla, I am proud of you and what you are doing. Yeah, you keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm proud of you.
Speak
I'm proud of y'all.
everything into existence, and yeah, I had to put that in. I'm sorry.
No, that is fine because I actually needs to get some water because I'm thirsty.
Oh, are
So
you?
yes, I am.
How thirsty?
Also out of water and quite thirsty. So
Well, we could wrap this up.
We all thirsty over here.
Hell yeah, we are.
Yeah, like, I'm thirsty too. Wow.
Kevin, we are not gonna get picked. Do you understand? You making things worse.
That's what I'm here for. Once again, I am Kevin Mumphrey with my friends Victoria V.A. Jones.
Who is not thirsty.
And Karsten Ferguson.
I'm probably the thirstiest.
I'm gonna get some water. That is a wrap.
Layla.
Dead ass gonna get some water. I'm thirsty as hell.
Look at this. Look at these people. Look at them. Look at them.
Listen, it's a human need. A human need.
Go somewhere. Yeah, human need of being thirsty. Yeah.